But I
That's
have
my
a quick
thing.
question.
Yeah.
Were Miami and Diddy's last mother, their kids, were they pretty tight? Did they do lunch? Were they in the studio together? Did they have a
Never
healthy
seen,
relationship?
I never even knew Young Miami had kids.
What?
Kids never showed up over there. I've never seen that. I've never seen that.
Really?
Never.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
She really?
And I can't see that happening. Yo, if she came over there with them kids, their relationship probably wouldn't have lasted long. You gotta keep them separate. You know what I'm saying? Like, sadly, like my grandfather, who's 80 some years old, right, met me last year in Beverly Hills at Diddy's house. He had to bring me some of my plaques, right?
Mhm.
Some of my awards. And he brought it to me, but even I knew not to bring him past the front gate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He might want to see the get. He's not interested in none of that. But just say he was, or I want to see the
Okay.
guest house or the basketball, or let me see, because he's a carpenter. Let me see how the house is structured or whatever. Nope. Or let me meet the gentleman who my grandson is working with.
Mhm.
Keep all that separate. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Because those type of moves is what get you off the team.
So you had to isolate yourself from your loved ones, your family, whatever. That's how
Yeah,
you stayed on Diddy's
they
team.
can't just pop up over there. That's just,
Mm.
you know what I mean. You can't just have, friends at work or whatever. And watch this. He can very much not even be there. Just like a no.
And your family still is not allowed to come around to you. And you're saying that the whole time you saw Young Miami, you never saw her
Never,
children around.
not once. Again, I didn't even know she had kids.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah,
crazy. That's crazy. But it shows that, again, I guess, again, listen, they said they were in love. And I guess you can be in deep in love and somebody can make you feel like you're resting in your womanhood. At the same time, your kids, for whatever reason, maybe it was Young Miami's reason, your kids were not around. But and you're saying that Diddy seemed to prefer it. I mean, listen, I was about to say as a black woman, but I think that any women, whether you black, white, whatever, right? Black, white, Puerto Rican, Haitian, but especially in the black community. I mean, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Like we like keeping our friends around us. We love keeping our children around us and we love keeping our family around us. So it's just an interesting layer, but again, to each relationship is its own. Do you think that Miami had a close relationship with the last child? Because Miami's kids weren't around, but love was always around. Was Miami around when love was around? The baby?
again. Oh, you talking about? Yeah. So there's again the first time I saw Baby Love was on Thanksgiving. Miami was there.
Okay.
And this is when he introduced her to everybody, the family. They all found out at the same time.
What?
She was like a month or two old. Yeah.
Oh my. Wait a second. But was Miami's kids at Thanksgiving?
No. And that's weird too. You know what I'm saying? But
That's why
it's
you
what it
thought she
is.
didn't have kids because you were like, I
I'm
don't
gonna
see
tell you
anybody at the
that
kids'
that year
table.
was hard for me. That was the first year that I did not see my family, let alone my kid, on Thanksgiving, and then
Yeah.
turned around and did it again for Christmas and did it again for New Year's. That's hard. If you know anything about me and where I'm from, most Chicago people like, yo, this is a time where we all get together as family and
Mhm.
reunite. You know what I'm saying? For I'm the breadwinner in my family. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's like, the 4th of July, it's
Mhm.
me and my cousin, we putting our money in to go get the nicest fireworks so we can get the family a nice show. Or, you know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
put monies in our auntie's pockets so we can go get food so everybody can come together. Whatever it is, like this is what I do. It's like, nope, I'm sitting here doing this. Now, at the time it was weird, you know, but I just had to look at it like, you having Thanksgiving with Diddy. This should be a smile. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was hard.
Yeah.
And the things that went on that night, if you guys had a complaint, you can definitely see the things that went on at night. It's like I would have never expected even 30% of what went on. So, and
Well, for
again,
those
I
that,
really don't want to, do too much
okay.
talking about kids or anything like that. But
Yeah, okay. We'll be
baby
respectful.
love, she's innocent. She never asked to be born, and
Mhm.
I don't want to say anything that 20 years from now she come back and see this and hate me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I just want to keep it. Again, I didn't know that that Young Miami even had kids until a couple of months ago, and which makes sense because Diddy ain't he don't want nothing around him that ain't looking like they perfect. Yo, you had kids, go get that body done or whatever this is. It's just him. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
The studio got to be refreshed right before he walks in. They cleaning crew coming, even if it's clean, they gonna come here just vacuums just so he want to see the new vacuum thing. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
just that's who he is. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion.
Yeah, listen, you're an honorable man, little Rod. And you're right. 20 years from now, you don't want the baby to see this, even though the feds have their way. It's going to be the least of
Yeah.
anybody with the last name Combs thing. But still, yet and still, it's interesting that when you look at it like that, you also had to leave your family for, what is this? You also had to leave your, family for a lot of things. Christmas, and again, it's odd to me. And again, this is the public persona and who he really was, like that Bill Cosby thing. Let me just say this, and then we'll move on. Someone that portrayed such a family man. Why is it that people had to be around you Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's Eve? And maybe Young Miami was looking at it the same way you were. Like, this is a job. Like, I got to be here. Let me do this.
That
And
would make more sense. Yes. That
yeah,
would make
because
more sense. Yeah.
yeah, because she's a loving mom, and again, maybe Thanksgiving. I don't know if she was foreign, like she's not foreign, but maybe when you foreign, Thanksgiving don't really hit like it does when you're American. But Christmas and New Year's, you can kind of explain away. When the kids are little, it's like but Christmas, it's like ain't no way that anybody can actually, and I do, yeah, it's no way that anybody can actually lead their kids for Christmas without. And again, I get why. I get why you did it. I get why maybe Young Miami did it. She's working on a relationship. She wants to make sure it's secure. But the weirdo part is, why would Diddy ask that of people? That's all. Why would he require that for you to leave your family on Christmas? Okay, so Young Miami, everybody found out about, as far as again, this is all your impressions, right? There might be a backstory you don't know about, but your impression was that everybody kind of found out about the baby on Thanksgiving. How did everybody react? What was everybody's face looking like?
Again, it's extremely hard to give anything other than a face of satisfaction in front of Diddy.
Mm,
It's hard if you just show like you don't like yo. Get him out of here. Go get her out of here.
really?
Yeah, you got it. He's made a bunch of yes people around him. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so
He's brought a
everyone,
bunch of
no
people.
matter who you were, your face better be, you better straighten up that posture and look like. So when it happened, everybody was like, "Yay!" and
Yeah.
just jumped on board. Was anybody like the fuck? Like, was anybody taken aback? Put some stuff in their mouth and just sit there chewing real slow? Did you recall seeing any narrowed eyes?
I couldn't really zoom in to their emotions because it was a lot happening for me first time at that
Yeah.
moment. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I see y'all, but I don't.
Yeah.
look, I'm away from mine right now. You know what I'm saying? But then it's
Yeah.
like, yo, I thought I should have been sitting outside at the employee table and I get away from him to come inside. So now I'm sitting at the table. I also was introduced from him to the table as his new production partner. He
Oh.
also had me to say grace over the food. So it's a
Oh.
lot that's happening in that moment. You know what I'm saying? But I just leave you with that. I don't want to. I don't want to give
Okay.
too much. So
Okay.
yeah,
We'll back off. We'll back off. We'll talk about the aftermath. We'll back off. But let me just say this, right? I find it very, very interesting that if you tend, and this is to the audience, to believe the rumors that Diddy, there's some type of something there, right? Narcissistic tendencies. It is funny the way he kind of like dangled what everybody wanted and gave you a hint that you're close. So somebody's making me miss Thanksgiving, right? Me and my family argue all Thanksgiving, but we laugh a lot too, you know. But in the meantime, it's gonna be some arguments, but you wouldn't miss it for the world, right? What would it take to miss me Thanksgiving? It would take an opportunity. It would take something that was for sure. It would take something that's just a little more. And after that, I can spend every Thanksgiving with y'all, right? So it's funny how he came in and he was like, yo, this is my production partner. So you're like, okay, I'm just a little closer. And also, why don't you say the prayer? Because you were new to the group. So he put you in a position of honor. You're a God-fearing man. You're saying prayer. If that was me, I'd be like, yo, I'm really close. Things are getting closer and closer and closer. And then after that, he's dangling it. And then you don't have to say anything. But I just do want to point out in the complaint, once like midnight hit in the complaint, it sounds like the purge started happening, but it was like the X-rated version of the purge.
Go read that complaint, because that night is, one of the nights I got essay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, it talks about the 3 white lions that was laid